This is the female reproductive anatomy. With everything intact here, we can see the ovary with the fallopian tube. So the ovary is where egg will mature. You can see the fimbriae coming down around the ovary that's attached to the fallopian tube. The fallopian or uterine tube is where the site of fertilization will be. So this is where the sperm and the egg will meet to fuse together. We can see the uterus here, the outside of the vaginal canal, and the bladder here. We can remove this front half so we can see a little bit more of the internal anatomy here. Here we can see the uterus. This is where implantation will be on the inner lining of the uterus, and this is where the growing baby will be. The uterus will then grow and expand up and out. The three layers of the uterus are the endometrium on the inside, the myometrium, the thick middle portion, and then the perimetrium around the outside. The endometrium, the inner lining, this is where implantation will occur. This is also the layer that is shed every month during a woman's menstruation. The smooth muscle layer, this is what's under the control of oxytocin that causes those uterine contractions to propel the baby out. The bottom of the uterus sticks down into the vaginal canal a little bit. This is called the cervix. This is what they will scrape during a pap smear for those cervical cells to check for cervical cancer. Then here we have the vaginal canal, which serves as the site of copulation as well as the birth canal. In front of the uterus, we have the bladder. You can see the much shorter female urethra coming down from the bladder. These would be the labia. So you can see the labia minora and majora, as well as the female clitoris, which is in front of the urethra. So yes, there are actually three separate holes. You have the anal opening, vaginal opening, and urethral opening. Urethral opening is much smaller than the vaginal opening. So when you're doing catheterizations, you want to make sure that you get the much smaller opening in front of that vaginal opening. And then you have the female clitoris in front of that, in front of the urethra. This would be the analogous female part to the male penis. And then your labia majora would be the analogous component to the male scrotum. And I'll just lift this up a little bit here so you can see a little bit more internally with the ovary, fimbriae, and the fallopian tubes that carry the egg down to the uterus.